welcome to this week's video. I'm filming now in September because I'm about to go on a trip and I don't want to leave everything to be done after my return. Also, October is gonna be a crazy month, as many of you know. It's full of art challenges floating around, and I'll be probably trying to tackle at least one or two. So I wanted to film this for you, taking on board also all the October challenges. So I thought of bringing something different and interesting that I'll be maybe trying myself, and I'll be showing today some different options of dip pens and ink. That's a fun way to draw, and I hope that you like it. And please, if you do so, please leave it a like for this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you like the content, if you want to keep seeing this type of content, I'm always trying to bring interesting stuff like art materials, techniques, and so on. So if you subscribe and hit the notifications to know when I'll be posting my next video, all of this helps me to grow the channel, to bring more content to more people. It will also allow me to have more options here on the platform to communicate with you. So I'll be really thankful if you please do that. And now I'm gonna show you some of the things I'll be demonstrating today. The first one, it's very new to me, and maybe you're hearing a seagull that is flying around, some background nature sounds. But yeah, so this is a pen I just got this week. It's called Oblique. And the seagull is just staring at me from the top of my roof. And she has a friend. So I hope you bear with me while I'm trying to film this video despite nature happening around. But anyway, as I was saying, this is called Oblique. It's by Louis Creations. Is the brand. It's very new to me. I hadn't seen this before. I stumbled upon this in Craftelier. I was checking for other supplies like ink stamps and so forth and so on, and I always been curious of trying this type of dip pen with an oblique inclination. And something I really like about this one, I'll show you now. So first of all, the texture is very nice. It has the kind of a rubbery feel to it. It's really nice to hold. So it has this metal piece here. That's where you put the pen nib, and it has that inclination, you know, for calligraphy. But I'm interested also in seeing how it would work for drawing at this angle, so I'm gonna be testing that as well. And something very cool about this pen is that it also works as a storage for the nib. Isn't it neat? I love that. And they come in beautiful colors. In the shop where I bought it, Craftelier, they only had this one left. All the other ones were sold out. So I don't know if at the moment where this video goes live, if they will still have it. I think this one was on sale as well. But I'll try to find other options of places where you can get it. And they seem to be quite known. I found also other videos on YouTube about it, only that because it's more calligraphy geared dip pen, most of the reviews you see will be for calligraphy, so I'm gonna be using now more to draw with. What else? I also got these not long ago on Amazon. These are bamboo pens. They're deep pens, and you see they have two sides. I've never used bamboo deep pen, so I confess it's all new to me, but I'm very curious to try. So in theory there's 3 sizes, but if each is they seem to be slightly different, so I would say 6 different thickness. I'll be checking that as well. And what else? I have also this dip pen that I bought, I think maybe it was Coat Pens, or I'm not sure. It's pretty well known. It's a Tashikawa. It's a Japanese brand, and I had read that it's very good and comfortable to use, which is indeed. I've used a few times and it was really nice to use. I got together with it 2 types of nibs. I got the spoon, Tachikawa spoon, and the G nib that's supposed to be very good for drawing manga or cartoons and things like that, with good line variation. So here I have it. What else? I think that's what I have for the pen. So I'll be trying the bamboo ones, this one with the nib, one of the nibs, and the Oblique as well. And I have a bunch of inks here. I have all my ink supplies, most of them anyways, I put in this box here. I have some diamine inks, lamy, some Japanese inks that I got from Amazon Japan. I have a video here on the channel when I bought and tested those. I will leave a card here above if you want to check it. And I think for dip pens that's what I have. I usually keep also my nibs in little tins like that, other extra nibs that I've had for a long time. I have a few more here, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be having some fun with this and the dip pens. And yeah, I'm gonna be using the Bristol for that because it's a smooth paper, so should be good to draw with dip pens, because sometimes with textured paper and dip pens, at least for my experience, happens that the pen kind of jumps a little bit and you get like ink splotches here and there. So I think that it's best to try smooth paper to start with. So I'm just gonna set up a few things here, the nibs, the ink, and then I'll come back to start testing. So I'm back. I got a little tray here to keep my dip pens, and I got a few different options of inks. I got 2 Winston and Newton. I really love this one. I've used it before. It's a lovely kind of red violet tone. I have this ultramarine, and I got an Ecoline just for the fun to try and see how it performs. And then I have other inks here that I'll maybe use. This one is a fun one. It's the Platinum Classic ink. It kind of a magic ink. To be honest, you'll see in the whole when I was swatching, it kind of darkens as you are using it, just for the contact with oxygen. It oxidizes very quickly, so it's a really interesting ink. I'll maybe trying that as well. So I took here a spoon, a nib, one of the Tachikawa ones. I'm gonna be using this in the Oblique or Oblique. that's how it goes, I suppose. Yeah, not sure if it's maybe. Yeah, I've never used this before, so bear with me. It's a new experience altogether, so yeah, I have to get used to how it feels. So I'm gonna be maybe zooming in a little bit so you can see. So I'm gonna start with the one that I've used before. So this is the Tachikawa with the G nib. I think these nibs are also available on Amazon. I'm gonna check everything and leave in the description below whatever I find where you can get those. And I'm gonna try with the purple ink from Winston Ultramarine. Just shake it a little bit. You can see here it's my calligraphy. It's not that great. I'm not an expert whatsoever in calligraphy. It's a bit with this ink, I don't know if it's because the ink is very liquid and thin, even though all inks are more or less the same consistency. I got a lot of ink at the beginning here and kind of some splotches, so I'm not sure if it's something I'm doing wrong. I also have to dip quite often here. I know some people do some kind of a preparation with nibs before they use them, like using sandpaper in between the blades to open it a bit more, or washing with some soap. I think I may have done that before already, the washing part. I haven't done the sandpaper bit. But like I said, I'm not used to drawing a lot with this type of deep pen inks. I didn't want to risk ruin it. It can be a fun exercise. The difficulty I'm having with this is that every time I force it a little bit, I expect a thicker line, but I get some ink splotches like here, some ink excess, even though when I'm dipping I'm removing the excess on the side of the bottle. Let's try again. So yeah, that's the G-nib with the Tachikawa nib holder. I need to practice a bit more with this one, I confess. It still doesn't feel natural to me with this nib in particular. I may try later on with another nib and see the difference. Now let's try something else. I realized I forgot to draw something with this nib. I got a bit carried away in trying to master the line width. So let's try. I think I'm gonna be testing these dip pens, drawing one of my favorite things that are fishes. So let's see how it goes. So here you have it. This was the pen with the G nib. I think that actually to draw is quite fun. I probably went a bit too heavy-handed on the calligraphy part, trying to write with it, and you know how it goes. You are used to you are used to writing in a certain way, so you have to adapt using a dip pen. But for drawing, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a fun way, and probably with some practice you can get more line variation with this one. So I'm just gonna clean here my nib before I change. The only thing important with these nibs is that you have to keep them dry, otherwise they can rust, I think. So I try to dry them as soon as I wash. So here is the G nib. Now I think I'm gonna try the oblique one. Wish me luck. I'm gonna use since it's a blue ink, I think I'm gonna use maybe one of my diamine inks. I have this light blue here, marine. I'm gonna try that. We'll see how it goes. The only thing about this pen holder is that it's a bit hard to dip in these tiny bottles from diamine. I'm not sure if I dip it correctly. It's a really nice nib. Unlike the other one, I didn't get any paint splotches. It's a bit scratchy, as these usually are. I don't know if you can hear on the video the sound of the nib on the paper. But it holds a lot of ink. You can see here how I'm going. And just now it's getting dry. It's a nice nib. And it's surprisingly comfortable, this. I was not sure how I would feel drawing like this at an angle, but so far so good. Please don't judge me on my calligraphy, because I'm really a beginner on that. I used to write with handwriting rather than block letters, but calligraphy, it's a whole new thing to me. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this pen. It's very comfortable to hold. It's nice to use. Now I'm gonna try to draw another fish with it, or maybe some lines first. We'll see. Yeah, it has some very nice line variation. It seems that I got more used and comfortable with this nib than this one, than the G nib. Maybe it's a question of practice. But this one, from the get-go, you can see it's easy to control, for me at least. Okay, time to draw a fish. Let's see. Yeah, it's really nice. It's more subtle than the other one. You can see here that this one is thicker line, this one is thinner line, a bit more delicate, I would say. And please don't judge me of my accuracy on drawing fish, because I'm not looking at any reference or things of the sort. I'm just drawing out of imagination. So this was the Oblique. I have another dip pen that I'd forgotten to mention at the beginning of the video. It's this glass pen. You can find loads of this on Amazon for all sorts of shapes and color. And this is the second one that I have, because they are quite fragile as they are made of glass. And in the video I linked before, I think it was the art haul video, I was super excited testing my inks and all of that, and while I cleaned on a water jar, I hit the tip of the dip pen against the jar and it broke. So you have to be very careful with those. Maybe not the best idea for clumsy people like me, but look, we'll try to keep this one safe for as long as I can. So I'm gonna try now with the Ecoline. I'm gonna try some scribbling with the glass pen so you can see. It's very fun to draw with this one. It doesn't look like, but it actually holds a decent amount of ink. You can see here it gets in the grooves of the glass pen. So I'll start here, do some lines, and it's really smooth. I mean, you can feel the sound of it against the paper, but it's not as scratchy as a metal nib. See, it's really nice to draw or to write with this pen. It's very low maintenance. Like I said, no need to wash it in a certain way, or I know that some of I think it was Urban model comes with a little piece of sandpaper that you can use to sharpen the tip of the glass pen if you need. I never done so. The ones I bought, they didn't come with this, but I never used anything to sharpen it. Maybe because I broke my last one before I would need to sharpen it. So I'm gonna try to draw now something with it as well. Another little fish maybe, we'll see. Yeah, so I think from so far, between these dip pens, this was the one I felt most comfortable with. I think because it has a thicker line, and because it's a different material, the glass, it glides more easily against the Bristol board. So I felt a bit more comfortable and, you know, exploring. And with the dip pens, with the metal nibs, they're a bit more scratchy, like I said, so I feel a bit more tight, if I can say so, when I'm drawing, no? So I'm gonna turn the paper around now to try the bamboo pens that I'm also very curious about. I haven't tried them yet. Taking all the care in the world not to break again another glass pen while I'm washing it. I will try, maybe I'll just go bold and start with the first big one and see how it goes. Maybe I'll try using the Citrus Black Platinum ink. It's a light one, so at least at the beginning, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, something that I'm noticing in the shapes of the bamboo pen, so one side it's very long and has this groove for the ink, and there's no hole. The other side rather, it's a shorter, there's the groove as well, but it's shorter, and there's a tiny little hole here. So I wonder the difference it makes. If someone that is watching knows, you can leave in the comments below. I'm gonna start with the big size, the big side. Let's see. I hope you can see that the ink changing color. It's crazy. It lays down yellow and starts getting darker and greenish. So you can see here the difference. And as soon as you lay it down on paper, it starts getting dark. Let's try some wavy lines. You see the difference between this and this? Give it a few seconds and it will get there. Let's try to draw now with this thicker side. Let's see. Yeah, it's fun thing to use, this pen. It's also not scratchy. It glides easily on the paper. Now I'm curious to try the other side and see how it differs. So as you can see here, it's you get a thinner line with the longer bit of the bamboo pen. I'm just thinking now, I'm not sure if these are supposed to be washed. How do you get it clean? I know that it stains, but I'm gonna try to put it on water a bit just to remove the excess of ink. So this was the biggest one. Let's try now the medium one. Maybe I'm gonna use a different color of ink. I have here this fountain pen ink from Tassia, and let me see. Yeah, I think I'll be using this one. Let's see how it goes. Oops. So again, I'm gonna start with the shorter end of the bamboo pen first. This one is way darker. Let's see. The only thing with these pens that if you are messy like me, or you like to hold your pens and pencils very close to the tip, you for sure get inky fingers like me. So I have to try and keep my fingers a bit up. I think this type of pens are useful if you want to loosen up your drawing, you know, to be a bit more less worried about precision and a bit more expressive. These are a great way to try that. They don't have any line variation, as you can see, and you would expect so because it's not a flexible type of nib or anything, but they're really fun to use. They glide easily. So here you have a chubby fish with this end of the stick. I'm gonna try to wash a bit the ink and use the other end now. Sorry, I didn't notice I was out of frame here. I'll draw just a little very crooked fish here, and something I noticed with this end of the bamboo pen, that you can use it at an angle, and it gives a bit of a thicker line, as you can see here, and it's also useful if you want to fill in some areas. I'm gonna show it here. You see, different from doing it a bit vertical, where you get this type of very thin hairline. So let's show it again. This is what you get having it vertical, and this is what you can get getting it horizontal, no, but at an angle, maybe 45-degree angle. So you can experiment with it, the way you hold it. And unlike nib pens, you can go in all directions. With metal nibs, if you go like from bottom up, it's not something easy to do. It gets a bit too scratchy, and the resistance kind of makes it harder to draw, you know. So you always try to pull it down, or pulling from left to right, or whatever is most comfortable for you. In my case, because I'm right-handed, will be left to right. But with the bamboo pen, it's easy going. You can just let it go and experiment. So it's a fun way. I don't see a lot of difference between the sizes. I mean, you can see here, you know, they get a thicker line, a slightly less thicker line, but it's not as remarkable as, I don't know, if I would have like a brush, if I was using a brush a size 12 as compared to a size 6, for example, you know. So I think that for expressive drawings, either or, each size is fine. Like I said, you can also experiment with the angles you are using the pen to get different thickness as well. These are probably done for people that are doing type of calligraphy with maybe Japanese or Chinese. As it's not my case, I'm just looking at it from a perspective of someone that will use for drawing. Let's see, I'm gonna finish with this Winston Ultramarine. Let's see, I'm trying to use all the space I have left here on this sheet of paper, so I still have some space here. And when I'm finished, I'm gonna show you all the mess I did here with the lines and with the fish and all of that. But it's all good. So again, I'm trying the shorter size side first. I don't know why I'm keep confusing side and size. It's the smallest one, and this is the shorter side. Let's see. You see, I'm trying to use the pen in different ways. Like, I started using it like this, at the angle that was most comfortable for me. So you can see it's a thick line. And then I tried to use more on the side. Get a tiny bit of variation. On the other side, it's a bit thinner. If I turn it like this, it gets even thinner as compared to like this. You see the difference? Let's see, like this, horizontal lines. Yeah, so the more you turn it like this, the inside out, the thinner the line becomes. You can see here the difference, like this. Let me get more ink. Like this, and like this. So you can get some variation even with one pen only, which is nice. And I really like the bold, thick lines that it draws with at the angle like this. Let's try now the longer bit. Oh, I got a bit too much ink here. I should have removed the excess. That was my fault. It's always best to remove the excess. You can do it here on the side of the bottle like this. That's it. I just drew a very chubby puffer fish, and yeah, I'm really happy to have experimented with this. I'm gonna zoom out in a second so you can see all the different lines and inks that I used. So, where did I start? I started with this fellow over here, with the wooden Tachikawa pen holder and the G nib. Then the spoon nib with the oblique pen. Here I tried the glass pen. And here are the experiments with the bamboo pens. So I hope that was good for you to have an idea of the things that you can do with the pens for drawing as well. They are not only for calligraphy, they can also be used to have some fun drawing. I hope that this is useful for you, and then if you use it, please let me know how you use it, and if you don't or are interested, please just leave a comment below. I always like reading comments. Like this video if you did like the content, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you soon. Bye.